Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's video, we're looking at another mining ship, and this one is exceptionally small, so small that I think it's actually the smallest mining ship I've ever showcased on this channel, and it's called the M12, which is this lovely thing I'm currently driving. So this is a tiny mining ship coming in at 99 blocks, and it features hydrogen thrusters. It can go on a planet, there is a little asterisk after that. Can't really mine too much on a planet, it's only going to be for a tiny amount. Its main purpose is going to be mining in space. So it's equipped with 2 drills, we've got a nice lot of hydrogen tanks, and we even have a medium cargo container to store all your stuff, as well as a filtering system to get rid of any stone you collect. Pressing F10 and find this in the spawn menu, the M12 is, it's actually only 92 small blocks, so it's a bit smaller than what I just said, but it uses the wasteland and decorative block TLC packs. We've got no scripts, but we do have a nice lot of information about it, shows us a bit of story about the ship. And then down below here, we've got our specifications on its PCU, its block count, and its maximum cargo. So we give this thing a thumbs up, move around towards the very front, have a quick look around the outside, then we'll go and test it out against a little ore patch right behind me, see how much it can carry, then maybe just slam it straight into it. So at the front for the M12, this is what we get. So right in the middle to drive this thing around, we've got ourselves our industrial cockpit with 2 drills either side. We also have 2 hydrogen thrusters to push us around, as well as 2 spotlights to light up the darkness, which is going to be very good when deep mining in an asteroid. Moving around onto the side, this is all we can see. We can see some steel blocks that come across from the main body onto the top of our drill, just to make it look like it's got a proper connection going across to it. Then if we were to come all the way around and face it on the side, we'll see one hell of a lot of hydrogen tanks, our ore detector, we've got 1 hydrogen thruster for our left and right, and we do have an LCD screen with the M12 written on it, so you can always remember its name. Anyway, towards the back and next to our connector, we've got a couple of barred window blocks for some decoration, and we can just about make out our ejector right at the back. We've got a couple of them, so we can get rid of all the stone we're collecting to make sure we're not too weighed down at the end of the day. Yes, there's our sorter to drop everything out. There's 2 hydrogen thrusters to keep us off the ground. These are the only hydrogen thrusters to keep us off the ground, which is good enough for the Earth-like planet until you start to mine stuff, where it'll very quickly become too much for the ship, and it will come crashing down to the ground. We can see a couple of connectors with some barred window blocks in front of it. There is our gyroscope. And moving all the way up and looking down at this, turning off my light for the moment, there's the top of our medium cargo container, there's our beacon, there's our ore detector, there's some more hydrogen tanks, and where our spotlight's been connected onto, there's a singular hydrogen thruster to move us down in space with a lone battery to power this thing. Yes, this thing has got a singular battery. We'll come back to that a bit later because it is a small problem with this ship. Anyway, there's the front of our industrial cockpit, dropping down and coming underneath this thing, past our cockpit. This is all we can see. We can see how everything's been connected up to our drills, to our ejectors and our sorters. There's our big connector to dock the thing up. There's a camera to help dock this thing up, so make sure you don't crash into anything. That is just about it for the outside of the M12. It looks bloody fantastic considering how small and compact it is, and should be very useful if you do want to just have a small mining ship tag along with you. Now what I can do is just grab hold of my character, bring up the HUD, because this is where the problem with the batteries will happen. That's going to be your toggle number 9. So what this is a master toggle, which will turn off all the important stuff around the ship when you're docked up, and you're ready to just, get out of the ship and go and do something else. Problem is that it's going to set the battery to recharge, and we only have a singular battery on this, and when you set it to recharge, it means you have to come back into this control panel, set it back to auto, because the toggle will no longer work. So for a quick demonstration, pressing number 9, everything gets turned off around the ship, and now pressing number 9 again, nothing's going to happen because we've got no power to actually toggle it back on. So that time block is now all turned off, and we've got to come back into this, find our battery, and put it back to auto. There we go. And we can just do that, come back into here, and it will all be back to normal if I can actually spell correctly. There we go, we're now all ready to go. But yes, for the other controls, number 1's going to be for our drills at the front, so we can take control of it with our mouse. Number 2's for our ejectors, where we can filter out all of our stone and just dump it off if we need to. There goes a bit of stone that I collected earlier. We're just going to put that back on for the moment. Number 5's for our camera right below our ship, so we can easily dock this thing up. And then of course number 9's what we just went through, where it's a master toggle for everything off once we're docked up and no longer need the ship. As for that is the controls. I will just leave the ejectors on for the moment, just in case there is a bit of stone left inside. I think that was it. And we'll do a quick thruster test, and we'll go around to the asteroid and start mining it up. So moving forwards, this is what we get. For just having 2 small hydrogen thrusters, this thing has a lot of speed, but that is sure to change when we actually fill up our cargo containers. Letting go with that, it's going to be identical. We've got 2 thrusters, forwards and backwards, So we've got some nice stopping speed at the moment. Moving left and right, we've got 1 thruster each, which again is surprisingly fast for this small little ship. Moving down, another singular thruster. Then moving up, we've got 2, so we are going to be slightly faster than moving down. But there we go, we are quite a fast ship overall. As for gyroscope controls, this is what we get. We've got a very tiny hint of weight on this, but it's as you expect from a small mining ship. So once you get all full up and heavy, it's going to change quite dramatically. And that's what we're going to do right now. Going to come back around to this asteroid, start mining up all the iron ore, and see how it handles. So here we come all the way across. Luckily, I don't really have the plan ahead, because that should be good enough to come to a stop before we slam into it. Hopefully, yes it is. Now we just move all the way up to it, and just start mining away at this. Third person view, that's what it looks like. Coming all the way up to it, we're not going to be able to go all the way through due to the way the drills have been positioned, and how high our cockpit is, so for surface mining like this, it's going to be absolutely perfect. Yes, I will cut back when the container is all full, and then we'll go through the controls once again. And here we go, I've now filled up everything, I'm no longer allowed to collect anything with the drills, and this is what I've collected. So we've got 2.7k in the cockpit, we've got 9.1 in the cargo container, we then got 8.8 in each of the drills, although that one's got a little bit more, not too sure why that one's not actually collecting anything else. There we go. But we can collect one hell of a lot of resources in this tiny little ship. It's a very nifty thing to have. But yes, how does this handle now is all full up. So moving forwards, as you can expect, we are now exceptionally slow, and we will want to be very careful when charging along towards a base or another ship to drop off all your resources, because it does take quite some time to slow down, and well, we'll make quite a mess if it does explode. Moving left and right, we are, well, very slow with that. Moving up and moving down is as you would expect. The moving the mouse around is surprisingly not too bad on the mouse. It does feel a little bit more heavier, but compared to what it was, it's not too different. It's simply the movement forwards, backwards, left and right has changed considerably. But as for that is pretty much it for the M12. It's a fantastic little mining ship if you do want to have something small and compact in your world. Very useful to bring along with a large ship or even a medium-sized ship. Build a little hangar with this thing and deploy it when you need it. So it could prove to be very useful. And once again, you can use it on a planet, but you will have to be exceptionally careful on how much you collect, because it will very easily come crashing down to the ground. But to finish off this video, what I'm going to do is slam this into the asteroid. And well, that was kind of unexpected. It looks like nothing really got damaged. But I'm going to have to hop out of this and actually check it with a tool. Let's just come into here and find the welding tool. I don't know why I always go into block tools first of all. Bad habit of mine. Yes, at the front, what we damaged? Nothing on the drill, nothing on the cockpit, nothing on that drill. So this thing appears to be pretty much immortal, and you're charging along towards an asteroid, which is quite odd. Yes, like I said, that's pretty much it for the M12. There'll be a link to it in the description below if you do wish to download and play around with it yourself. Highly recommend you do. I'll be back with another video at some point soon. Bye bye.